I would say I can't really pin a specific year on it, but I would say um, after the album Indra. Like, I didn't really consider myself a rapper until, like, after my first album at Stone's Throw. I was kind of just rapping. But then after that, like, with Palace, I consider Palace, like, my first, like, real, like, okay, I'm a rapper. I'm rapping.
All right, so I'm also here. There's another person here. And how do you think your sound has changed throughout throughout each album? Or has it changed at all to you?
I feel like it's changed in a sense that, like, it's just been, like, re-explored and reinterpreted. I've still been making the same music, just with a different skill set over time. Like, I've gotten better at executing the idea that I originally had in mind. So it's, like, still the same music, but just I'm figuring out how to do it the way that I want it.
I got you.
You added more depth to it, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, like, you've gotten better at translating your ideas into your music?
Yeah.
All right. As you described yourself as an introvert in one interview, right?
Yeah.
How did you go from Georgia and Louisiana and then all the way to LA, all while trying to make it into the hip hop scene and making it into that big hip hop scene as sort of like an introverted person?
So that's kind of just happened as, like, a byproduct. So I never, when I started making music, I never really planned on being in the hip hop scene. Like, I don't really listen to rap. Even me getting on Stone Store when I was, it was weird because, like, I didn't listen to anybody that was on the label. Like, other than, like, James Pants and more, like, electronic producers. That's kind of, so I started performing and rapping more because I was so introverted, and that was the only way to get people to not ask me questions. Like, if I did that, then it's like, all right, I'm instantly accepted, and then you don't have to ask me, like, what I'm into. With this, I can just rap, and then you can leave me alone after that. And, like, that's like that was just my method of, like, connecting with people. It was like, all right, well, I'm too stressed out to go to a party, so let me figure out a way to make the music at the party, and I'll be okay.
Wait, have you ever rapped for a party?
Yeah, I have.
Well, that's sick. And why didn't you use any samples on Indra?
Because I never was really into sample. Like, that kind of goes back to what I was talking about, like, about me not really coming from rap.
Mm-hmm. When you say that you don't come from rap, is there any, like, music that you did come from? Would you say?
Hello?
Hello?
Are you there?
Technical difficulties here. Is he still here?
Are you there? You're all right. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know what happened.
Yeah, that was weird.
Where was I?
We were just asking, like, what genres of music did you come from, if not from rap? Or were you inspired
by? Dance and like, electronics, and like, electronica. So the person that got me interested in Stone's Throw was Gary Wilson, and I got introduced to, like, Gary Wilson and James Pants and other people that were on Stone's Throw, but, like, in the more experimental realm. Those artists are what kind of got me talking to Not Martians, and what got me talking to like Tyler the Creator and stuff like that, and like early when I first started, really making some progress in music, because they listen to that same stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of bonded over stuff like that and just like production things. So that kind of pulled me even more into like the rap thing, because I was just producing in Odd Future, and that kind of just kind of morphed into its own thing, really. So that forced me to be a little bit more extroverted, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So we know that you didn't use any samples on Indra, but how was it like kind of avoiding samples in such a sample heavy genre and period of time? How did you kind of work around that, and what was your alternative?
I wasn't really thinking about it, because there was stuff that I made that I used samples for. I just didn't feel like putting it on the album, really. And it wasn't really a specific decision behind that. It's just I like the way synthesizers sound more than samples. So that was that like the album I submitted at Stone's Throw like didn't have samples, like and then they accepted that one. So it kind of just it never really crossed my mind to like why am I not sampling, or should I use more?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because, like, it's not like you were actively avoiding it. It just kind of happened naturally. Yeah.
Right. 'Cause I'm not against sampling. It was just I didn't do it much at the time. Like, that was really...
Mm-hmm.
How did you get into Odd Future, and what was it like collaborating with everyone in the clique?
So I got into Odd Future through Matt. Me and Matt were both in Atlanta. I was a part of a group called NRK, and like we reached out to have Matt mix like our first mixtape. He came out to meet us like at my mom's house. It was me and like 10 other people, and we all just got along. So he mixed it for free, but me and him just started working on just non-rap stuff because we started that group, the Jet Age of Tomorrow. So that was more focused on making like funk and like experimental stuff, and we would submit beats to like Tyler and Haji and everybody else in our future, and no one really used them because they were too weird, and I was comfortable with rapping enough, so I was just like, well, I want to do this. And then Matt didn't really want to put rap on the Jet Age albums, like other than like Haji or like. So I was always like battling, like trying to get Matt to accept me as a rapper. So there was like battles with him, like between us and stuff like that. Like not negative stuff, just like like when you want like your like role model to respect you, like that kind of situation, because like I had always looked up to him, and that was that situation. But like it was great being around like early Odd Future, like right when they started getting the attention like from labels and stuff. That was when I came out here. Like that was the reason I came out here. Like and that like some of the nicest people I've ever met. Like me and Matt had got kicked out of our apartment, so we were staying with Sid for a while. Like Tyler's never been mean to me, like ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even like people that came along with later, like Steve is great. Like everyone, like it was just a really cool community because everyone either skated or like was an outcast, so we all went through the same stuff.
Yeah.
So we all bonded over like everyone thinks we're weird. Everyone thinks it's like
Yeah.
like even without making music. This was just like just talking about school stuff. Like this wasn't even like music related.
Mm-hmm.
Like if y'all were at the lunchroom, y'all would be at that one table that nobody wants to go toward.
Yeah, it was that kind of thing, and like even more so for me because like I was in Georgia, and like I was seeing like Tyler and Haji and everyone else post videos on like YouTube and then just like playing around. This was before like anybody got like popular in music, like back in like MySpace days, and like I just thought like it was just a cool group of people to be a part of, and I ended up like meeting those people. So that was just like a huge moment for me,
Yeah.
yeah. But like that's about it. Just good people overall.
All right. That's cool. So I know that there are a lot of legends on this label. So what was it like getting signed to Stone's Throw?
So that whole legendary status and everything, like I honestly didn't know like anything about Stone's Throw before. Like I'm coming like from the complete outside. I had never heard Dilla. I had never heard any of the stuff that they were known for until I got there.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I wasn't interested in like boom bappy type rap, like that's the farthest thing from what I ever listened to.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's cool. Like I respect it. It just wasn't really my thing, and that I think that's kind of why I got along with Peter Butterwolf, because like I saw that he was into a bunch of this like really weird sounding stuff, and I was like, let's just talk about that. Like I don't want to talk about rap. I don't want to talk about all this other stuff. Like
Yeah.
like bonded over the more abstract side of Stone's Throw.
Mm-hmm. And when you went to LA, was your connection with Odd Future, was it more of like a friendship thing where like you guys were friends and then started Odd Future, or was it more music related and you joined just because of the music and you were interested and then you became friends after that?
It was mostly music related, but I never joined. I was kind of just like added, because Matt was a part of Odd Future, and then we started releasing Jet Age stuff, and they were releasing that, or just like posting it on like the Odd Future blog and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, well, technically, I guess I'm a part, and that was the furthest extent of it to me. Like I was content with just being a part of the Jet Age. Like I never was really trying to be like Vritra as an artist on Odd Future.
Mm-hmm.
I never was trying to like fit that role. And then like even in Odd Future at that time period, there was a lot of like there's like a hierarchy of roles, and it's not that like anybody was like treated differently or anything. It's just like after things picked up and like Clancy and all these managers and stuff were involved, they wanted to like have specific, like to keep certain either like positions and so like reinforce the hierarchy of things, which kind of like got weird for a little bit. But like that's not like personal, like how people were acting. That was more so like management deciding how things are working,
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if that answers that question.
No, yeah, it does.
What was your favorite part about being part of the Jet Age tomorrow? Like any memorable stuff you can tell us?
Just making music. Just like approaching making music without like pressure in general. It's just like, all right, we make whatever we want, whatever sounds cool, and that's what we're gonna go with. And that was just fun. Like it's just about having fun, really.
Mm-hmm.
And that was what our future represented for like a good portion of the time. And I still think it I still think like that perspective still like resonates in all of us. It's just like, um, it played out different for different people, but I think that everyone is just like still the most important things. Like if you enjoy it, I don't think any of us would be doing this. Like, and when I say us, I mean like as far as like our future. Like if it wasn't fun.
Mm-hmm. What was your reaction to being sampled by Kendrick Lamar?
That was cool. I thought it was super cool. I'm not really like into Kendrick like that because that's again it's like more into rap and stuff. But I thought it was cool. I don't think Matt thought it was as cool as I thought it was because he produced the majority of that song, so I wasn't really like tripping. But I think he was like trying to like work out the legal side of like getting paid for that. But like that was his thing. Like I didn't really care. I thought it was cool.
Uh-huh. Nice.
All right. Looking at the Jet Age of Tomorrow album covers, there are some like golden ones, and I just want to know like who did those? Like who did the artwork? Was it you or somebody else?
No, not true. Those Matt. My favorite thing about Matt to this day, and like even all the way back then, just he's a really great illustrator. And he used to do these. And it kind of stopped after they stopped doing like a big focus on like Odd Future as a whole. But he used to like every year do like these like new drawings of everybody in Odd Future. Like and it would be like a big long illustrated poster thing, and he would do a new one every year. And our covers were just like our characters from that, just put onto the covers and like the spaceship that we would use. And, just we were like creating this world of these characters.
Mm-hmm.
All right, our final question for you is kind of a simple one and probably one that no interviewee wants to hear, but what would you say your influences are?
My influences?
Yes, sir.
Mainly the Neptunes, Kanye, James Pants, Incubus,
Incubus.
the Mars Volta, and Kings of Leon. I feel like my music sounds like that if that was a thing. Like all of those artists as one artist, which would sound weird, and I think my music sounds weird. So that's what my influences are from mostly.
Nice. So if I could just sneak in one last, just like kind of irrelevant question. When did you move to LA?
I moved to LA the year after high school, and that was I think 2012.
Ah, no. So did you connect with the other Odd Future members before 2012?
Yeah, I didn't come out here at all until I was asked to.
All right.
I came out here specifically to meet everybody and to like start going to the label meetings.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for agreeing to this and for taking this 20 minutes out of your day to allow us to ask you some questions.
No problem.
Yeah, and dude, you seem so chill. Like I don't think we're ever gonna be a more relaxed person that we're interviewing. Like, thanks.
I'm pretty sure you will.
No, bro. Like, I feel like I'm just talking to some guy in the street, not like you've got some pretty nice achievements, and it's just you're chilling and talking to us, man.
Okay, well, thanks for talking to me. Just as important.
No problem. Well, that concludes our interview. Any last words from anyone here?
Uh,
For me, just hope you guys have a good night.